What up, y'all? It's your boy Ravage, your favorite Final Fantasy YouTuber that you never heard of, and today we're back here again with another Star Wars video instead of a Final Fantasy video. Now, this one is one that I'm kind of making off the cuff and on a whim, because I'm about a day late to this party already, but the Acolyte just got canceled, and I wanted to give my opinion on that. So, with the Acolyte, I seem to belong to the minority who did not hate it. I didn't like it either, don't get me wrong. It was objectively a bad series, but my consensus on it was I would watch a season 2 if season 2 dropped. Would I be like ecstatic about it? No, but I'd make sure to stay caught up on it and see if it improved. Now, keep in mind, my hopes for it improving were not very high, because the writers clearly could not decide the direction they wanted to go with the main characters. Also, the writers blatantly misunderstood the dark side, which, that needs rectified. Which kind of brings me to my point of the video. I actually wanted the Acolyte to get a second season. And the reason I wanted the Acolyte to get a second season was because I saw how much potential the show still had. There's plenty of Star Wars media that started bad and ended up great. Look at the prequel trilogy, right? The only really bad movie in that trilogy is Attack of the Clones, and even then, I'll actually die on the hill that if Attack of the Clones had some tweaks to the writing, it actually would be one of, if not the best prequel, because it's a phenomenal movie up until Kenobi leaves Kamino, and that's when the movie falls apart. That's literally the benchmark. But back to our regularly scheduled Acolyte chat. So, what the Acolyte really needed was a better team of writers. And they needed writers who had a consensus on the direction they wanted to go. And that's really what they needed. So change the writing team and keep the show the same. Keep the cast the same. Don't keep the show the same. Come on. We saw Darth Plagueis in it. Now, I know a lot of people were mad about that. They were like, Darth Plagueis would only be 15 during the time of this series. And I'm like, bro, listen, I ain't gonna hold you. The Darth Plagueis books are soft canon, but, it would be far from the first time we saw something from the extended universe get retconned. The Clone Wars retconned several things from the extended universe, and it was around before the Disney buyout. That's another video for another time. I do plan on talking about how the expanded universe was actually never canon. I still love it, though, don't get me wrong. They are phenomenal stories, some of them, and others are terrible, just like Disney Star Wars. Also another video to make at another time. But back to talking about the Acolyte, I really wanted to see this show blossom. And the reason I felt that way is it's kind of the same reason I feel the way I do about Final Fantasies 2 and 8. I think Final Fantasies 2 and 8 were terrible games. They are awful. 2 had an interesting enough story, but God, did the gameplay make it a slog to play through. It had terrible dungeon design. It had a terrible leveling system. All kinds of stuff that just, ugh. And Final Fantasy 8, wow, it's easier to list everything not wrong with that game than everything that game got wrong. It is just a bad game. And I want to see those 2 Final Fantasies get remade before any others. I want to see those Final Fantasies become something great, because that is the game series I live and breathe. It's the same thing with Star Wars. I want to see the Acolyte get redeemed and become something good, because I love Star Wars, and I want all of Star Wars to be good. We won't be talking about the sequels here, but I can definitely get up on my soapbox about the sequels and how I want to see the sequels get rebooted. It's just tragic that Carrie Fisher passed and wouldn't be able to reboot them, and I doubt Harrison Ford would come back for a reboot. He is done with Han Solo, as far as I know. But, yeah, I seem to be one of the few fans who is not excited about the Acolyte being canceled. I really want to see it get another season, and I want it to succeed. I want it to be a great Star Wars series that just had a really rough season 1. right? That's what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see it canceled. Anyways, that's about my way in on it. Is like, I love Star Wars, so whenever we get a bad piece of Star Wars media, I want to see it get its chance at redemption. I want it to be revived. Let me know your thoughts down below. Once again, since this one is a bit of a controversial piece of Star Wars media, if you start spewing hate or vitriol or something, I will be deleting your comment. Keep everything civil in my comments. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to discuss this with you guys. But I think the Acolyte deserved a second chance. It didn't deserve a cancellation. It deserved a new team of writers, is what it deserved. I guess if we didn't get a team of writers, then cancellation was the next best thing. Like, really. But I digress. I've been Ravage, your favorite Final Fantasy YouTuber that you never heard of. And I really hope that if you guys enjoy these kinds of videos, you'll leave a like and a subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm on my way to 100 subscribers. And I'm going to leave this here. May the Force be with you.